Hey y'all, I'm in Palm Coast, Florida today with my friend from Nashville, Chris Wallin. Chris, thanks for doing this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Jeffrey Steele, who's a great friend of mine, longtime co-writer of mine, was producing Montgomery Gentry at one time, and they were in a label meeting, and they were talking about what they want next from Montgomery Gentry. Mm-hmm. And they said, what we were looking for, we're looking for a My Town 2. And Jeffrey disagreed. He said, I don't think we need to do a 2 of anything.
Yeah.
He said, I think we need something that stands on its own. He goes, I just think as long as it's something to be proud of.
Ah, yeah.
And after that meeting, he went into the studio and he was doing mixes for demos. And while he was in the studios, Omni Studios in Nashville, and he called me and he goes, hey man, I have this idea for the song, and he goes, I'm in the studio right now. He goes, you want to come down and play with it a little bit? So we wrote something to be proud of in the piano booth at Omni Studios.
Wow.
And ended up being my first #1 record. So.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't realize that was your first one.
Yeah, it was. I was at a car show when I got the phone call. Connie Bradley called me from ASCAP and told me that song was going to go #1, and I drove home in a 1966 Chevelle Super Sport.
I bet that was a good day.
It was.
Now, do you still have that car?
I just sold it.
Really?
I literally sold it like about 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And I miss it already.
You do? Yeah, they're cool. They're a lot of work, though.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
That car probably cost you more than your hit song made.
Yeah, probably did. Probably, yeah.
I know I had an old car like that. All right, cool. Well, this is my friend Chris Wallin and his song, Something to Be Proud Of.
There's a story that my daddy tells religiously, like clockwork every time he gets an opening in a conversation about the way things used to be. Well, I just roll my eyes and make a beeline for the door. Somehow I'd end up starry-eyed, cross-legged on the floor, hanging on to every word. Man, things I heard. It was harder times, longer days, 5 miles of school uphill both ways. We were cane switch raised and dirt floor poor, of course. That was back before the war. Yeah, your uncle and I made quite a pair, flying F-15s through hostile air. He went down, but he missed me by a hair. He'd always stop right there and say, that's something to be proud of. That's a life you can hang your head on. That's a chin up high as a tear rolls down. Gut sucked in, chest stuck out. It's a small town flag a flying. That's a newborn baby crying in the arms of a woman that you love, and that's something to be proud of. That's something to be proud of. Well, her son graduating college, that was Mama's dream. I was on my way to anywhere else when I turned 18. It's when you got a fast car, think you got everything. Well, I learned quick those GTOs don't run on faith. And I ended up broken down some town north of LA, working maximum hours for minimum wage. holidays came, the car got sold. I still miss that old hot rod, but you sure saved gas in these foreign jobs. Dad, I wonder if I ever let you down. You're ashamed of how it turned out. He lowered his voice. He raised his brow. Said, boy, let me tell you right now, that's something to be proud of. That's a life you can hang your hat on. You don't need to make a million. Just be thankful that you're working and you're doing what you're able, and putting food there on the table and providing for that family that you love, boy. That's something to be proud of. And if all you ever really do is the best you can, and you did it, man, that's something to be proud of. That's a life you can hang your hat on. That's a chin up high as a tear rolls down. Gut sucked in, chest stuck out to the small town flag a flying. That's a newborn baby crying in the arms of a woman that you love. Man, that's something to be proud of. That's something to be proud of. Yeah, that's something to be proud of.
So now, let me ask you about this. So you wrote a big Kenny Chesney hit called Don't Blink.
Yes.
Did you really see this old guy on TV in the song?
I did not see that guy, but but I'll tell you what happened is I actually had that idea for about a year, and I threw it out to a couple of people, and they never bid on it.
Yeah.
And but I got that idea because I lost about 3 major family members within a year and a half. I lost my mother, I lost my brother, I lost my grandmother, just bam, bam, bam.
Wow.
And so I was messing with this idea, Don't Blink. And I was riding with my buddy Casey Beathard, who's had a bunch of hits, a bunch of Kenny stuff as well. But so he would come in that day, and he was a little bit late, and he said, he goes, man, I'm so sorry I'm late. He said, there was a motorcycle accident in front of my house. And he goes, man, it was so crazy. This guy come, he goes, there was ambulance there. He goes, I don't know if he made it or not. And he was like, you just don't ever know. And the line that started this whole thing about us writing that day was never made it in a song. And I said, man, why do people wait until someone's gone to send them flowers when they can't appreciate it?
Right.
They need to send them flowers before they leave.
Exactly.
And I told him about me losing my family members, and I said, and I had this idea, and ended up that was the day it was supposed to have been.
That
written.
was the day.
So,
was this a big old #1 hit?
It was a 6-week #1.
Wow, 6 weeks in a row.
There's only one thing better than having a 6-week #1.
A 7-week #1?
I had the song that knocked it out of #1.
You did?
So I had a #1. I wrote a song for Toby Keith called "Love Me If You Can, Hate Me If You Want to, Love Me If You Can." It was #1, and "Don't Blink" knocked it out of #1.
Wow!
And I wrote both of them. That was a good month in the Wallin house.
Heck yeah! I'm gonna go back to Gatlinburg and buy some more old vintage cars. That week, I'm glad I didn't have a song on the chart that week. I'd have never got there. I never got to #1.
Well, I think I spent. Was it 6? I think it was 8 weeks at #1.
Wow.
With both songs,
I bet that there are not many people that can say that. Very few.
I don't know. I wish I could say that a couple more times.
Yeah, I hear you. Here's my friend Chris Wallin with his #1 song that he knocked himself out of another #1 with, a song that Kenny Chesney recorded called "Don't Blink."
Turn on the 102 days. When they asked him the secret of life, he looked up from his old pipe and he said, all I can say is don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap. Wake up and you're 25, and your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years there in bed. You pray and God takes you instead. You trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink. Don't blink. I was glued to my TV when the old man looks right at me and said, you best start putting your first things first. Hourglass runs out of sand, you can't flip it over and start again. Take every breath God gives you for what it's worth, boy. And don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap. Wake up, 25, your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years there in bed. You pray and God takes you instead. You trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink. So I've been trying to slow it down. I've been trying to take it in this here today, gone tomorrow world we're living in. Don't blink. Whatever you do, whatever you do, don't